I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts.
Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. With the Vikings and 49ers, you might remember, met in the divisional round of the playoffs a season ago. The Vikings coming in off the overtime win against New Orleans. With the 49ers, they were rested and ready, and they got a couple of touchdown runs from Tevin Coleman. And their defense shut out the Vikings in the second half, as that wound up a 27-10 Niner victory. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Anthony Barr.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Lindsay here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up, keep him in the pocket. This is the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Screen pass to Lindsay. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Mayfield on play action. He sets to fire deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. That'll be complete to Cook. And they get him down, but now before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball is up.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, the second down throw on target. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Jones now on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 40.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he going to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Mayfield now. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Point is good.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Niners 7, Vikings nothing.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
10 at the 42-yard line.
1st down, here's the one with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Niners 7, Vikings nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Jones setting up the screen for Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
35-yard line.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Off the play fake, Jones. Flush to his right. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Cook. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now Jones. Complete. Jefferson the target. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Their own 14-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A second down throw for Mayfield. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
12 yards there and a first down.
At the 17-yard line.
From the gun, Jones escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Jones. His pass caught at the 4. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. Rolling to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be second and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Throwing, Jones. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
To kick off for San Francisco.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here's Jones, throwing on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
The 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run. Cook wiggles free. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones got a man and he hits him in stride. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. The ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Niners 14, Vikings 3. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Sliding out of the pocket. To the right side here, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Jones. They'll roll him out right. This one brought in by Jefferson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Yeah, he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short.
On the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
Jones throwing on 4th down. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The 30, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
play action. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. They'll have a first down past the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones rolling to his right. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Yeah, he's out of bounds, but now for a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Jones, back to the air on 2nd down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And 6.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It is incomplete. They've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And some strong running. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Gain of 22.
That good for 22 and a first down.
First down.
is Lindsey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Taken down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Tackled back.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the 49ers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to LA. Rams.